You might think canned foods are just convenient, cheap, and safe, a pantry essential you can trust. But what if I told you that some of those cans hide dangers no one talks about? We're talking BPA from can linings, heavy metals, and even bacteria that can survive inside. For seniors, the risks go beyond an upset stomach. They can lead to heart strain, kidney damage, and even memory issues over time. I'm Dr. Mark Turner, and today on Health 365 Day, we're exposing 7 canned foods you should avoid, and 2 that are surprisingly safe. Stick around until the end. Number 7. Vienna sausages. A tiny can with big risks. Let's start with Vienna sausages. You know the smell, sharp and metallic. That jellied broth clinging to soft little links that barely need chewing. For some, it's childhood nostalgia. But for anyone over 45, it's closer to a heart and kidney time bomb. One small can can hold 700 to over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's a third to 3/4 of your recommended daily limit. If you're re-watching your blood pressure, and let's be honest, nobody eats half a can. Most people eat the whole thing, maybe with crackers, and call it lunch. For a younger body, that means extra thirst. But for older adults, especially those on blood pressure meds or diuretics, that salt spike can push blood pressure up and force your kidneys and heart to work overtime. Reduced sodium labels. Don't be fooled. All that means is 25% less than the original version. So instead of 1,000 milligrams, you're still looking at over 700 milligrams. Not exactly a health food. And here's where it gets worse. Some brands replace sodium with potassium chloride. If you have kidney disease or take meds like lisinopril or spironolactone, too much potassium can trigger dangerous heart rhythm issues. The National Kidney Foundation has flat out warned against it. Then there's the can itself. Vienna sausages are a lacid canned food, which means they require precise high-temperature sterilization to keep out Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria that produces botulinum toxin. If the seal is compromised, you won't smell or taste a thing. The toxin is invisible, odorless, and deadly. Remember the 2023 recall. Over 2 million pounds of canned meats, including Vienna sausages, were pulled because of defective packaging that could let bacteria in. And if all that wasn't enough, let's talk chemicals. Most cans are lined with epoxy resins, often containing BPA or its poorly studied replacements, BPS and BPF. In 2023, Europe cut its safe BPA exposure limit to nearly zero, citing hormone disruption and immune system concerns. Meanwhile, the FDA still hasn't budged. Finally, nitrites and phosphates, the preservatives that keep those sausages pink and shelf-stable, carry their own risks. Nitrites can form nitrosamines, which the World Health Organization has linked to cancer. Phosphates, they can stress aging kidneys and arteries over time. All that in one tiny can. Sure, Vienna sausages are easy to chew, but so are scrambled eggs or a soft bean salad, both of which deliver protein without stacking risks on top of risks. Number 6. Canned tuna. More than just mercury. Next up, canned tuna. The hiss when you open it, the splash of brine, that familiar fishy aroma. It feels safe, wholesome, like budget-friendly protein. But behind that trust are dangers most people never consider. First, mercury. Light tuna, usually skipjack, carries far less mercury than albacore, white tuna. But even small amounts add up. Mercury builds in your brain and kidneys over years, not days. For someone in their 60s with high blood pressure or kidney concerns, that slow accumulation can lead to memory issues, tremors, and fatigue, and you'll never see it coming until it's too late. Then there's histamine poisoning, also known as scombroid poisoning. When tuna isn't properly chilled before canning, bacteria convert its natural histidine into histamine. Cooking and canning don't destroy it. Eat enough of it, and you could end up with flushing, a pounding heartbeat, or a rash, symptoms that can easily be mistaken for a heart attack or allergic reaction. Botulism is another threat. Rare, yes, but deadly. In 2025, several tuna brands were recalled from major retailers because easy-open lids weren't sealing correctly, creating a small but real risk of toxin exposure. Remember, botulinum toxin can't be seen, smelled, or tasted. And let's not ignore the can lining issue again. BPA and its chemical cousins. Europe says exposure should be practically zero. The US still hasn't caught up. That's not a great gamble for anyone managing hormone-sensitive conditions like diabetes or prostate issues. Finally, sodium. Tuna in water might seem safe, but a single can still packs a couple hundred milligrams. Flavored or seasoned versions go much higher. Some reduced sodium cans sneak in potassium chloride, which, again, can be risky for anyone with kidney disease or on certain medications. Tuna still has protein and omega-3s south, but it's no longer the no-brainer pantry staple we once thought. Safer alternatives: salmon, sardines, or even chickpea salad. Lower in mercury, often lower in sodium, and just as easy to prep. Number 5. Canned soup. Comfort with a catch. Now let's talk about canned soup. Quick, cozy, and perfect on a cold day, right? But for older adults, that bowl of warmth can come with 3 hidden hazards: sodium, sneaky potassium substitutes, and chemical linings. Start with sodium. A half-cup serving of condensed tomato soup, around 480 milligrams. But nobody eats half a cup. Most pour a full bowl, easily, over 1,000 milligrams. Chicken noodle, vegetable beef, and creamy soups often push even higher. Reduced sodium versions, again, just 25% less than the original. Still dangerously high for anyone with blood pressure or kidney concerns. Some brands also use potassium chloride to replace salt. Good for healthy young adults. Risky for seniors with chronic kidney disease or heart conditions. Then there's the safety of the can itself. Acid soups like cream of mushroom or chicken noodle are exactly the type of product that can support botulism if the seal fails. And the linings, same BPA problem, same regulatory debate. Even when the soup is perfectly sealed, there's the matter of additives: starch, thickeners, phosphate stabilizers, and sugar. Yes, even in savory varieties. Over time, these small details add up, quietly undermining kidney function, blood sugar control, and heart health. Comfort food should comfort, not compromise your health. But canned soup often delivers the opposite, a chemical cocktail disguised as nostalgia. Number 4. Canned chili. Protein with a price. Chili is a comfort food classic. Smoky, rich, and hearty, often with a kick of spice. The convenience of canned chili makes it a quick go-to meal, especially when you don't feel like cooking. But for seniors, that small can hide more than just beans and beef. First, the sodium problem. A single cup of canned chili can pack 900 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium. For comparison, the American Heart Association recommends most adults, especially those with hypertension, stay under 1,500 milligrams per day. One serving of chili can take up nearly your entire daily limit, and that's before adding crackers, cheese, or cornbread. Next, preservatives. Many brands use sodium nitrites or phosphates, both linked to potential health concerns. Nitrites can form nitrosamines, compounds connected to increased cancer risk, while phosphates can tax kidneys and weaken bones when consumed regularly. And then there's fat. Many canned chilies use cheap cuts of meat high in saturated fat. Over time, this can raise LDL cholesterol and contribute to arterial plaque buildup, a silent risk for heart attack or stroke. Botulism is another concern. Because chili is a locid canned food, it needs exact sterilization. Any issue in the sealing process, like the 2023 recall affecting certain meat-based chili products, can allow bacteria to survive. And remember, botulinum toxin gives no warning sign, no smell, no taste, no discoloration. Add in BPA-lined cans, and you've got a meal that brings more long-term risks than long-lasting satisfaction. Number 3. Canned fruit in syrup. A sugar trap. Canned fruit might seem like a healthy choice. After all, it's fruit, right? But when it's swimming in syrup, it's not just fruit anymore. 1 cup of fruit cocktail in heavy syrup can contain over 30 grams of sugar, nearly 8 teaspoons. For someone managing diabetes, prediabetes, or weight concerns, that's a blood sugar spike waiting to happen. Even light syrup versions are much better. They can still pack over 15 grams of sugar, and while in juice sounds safer, it's often still loaded with natural sugars, with the fiber long gone from processing. Then there's BPA exposure. Fruits are acidic, and acid can pull BPA from can linings more easily. BPA has been linked to hormonal imbalances, weight gain, and possible cognitive decline. For seniors, these risks stack up quickly, especially if canned fruit is a daily dessert. What about botulism? Canned fruit is generally safer since the acidity helps prevent bacterial growth, but damaged, bulging, or leaking cans are still a major red flag. Want the benefits of fruit without the dangers? Choose fresh, frozen, or unsweetened canned fruit in BPA-free packaging. Rinse before eating to reduce excess sugar. Your blood vessels and brain will thank you. Number 2. Canned spinach. A green with hidden risks. Spinach should be a superfood, packed with iron, folate, and antioxidants. But canned spinach, that's a different story. First, the sodium. 1 cup of canned spinach can contain 300 to 500 milligrams of sodium, and some creamed versions push higher. For those with blood pressure concerns, this quickly adds up. Second, nitrates and oxalates. Spinach naturally contains both. When fresh, this isn't a big deal, but in canned form, with added preservatives and long storage times, these compounds can concentrate. Nitrates can convert into nitrites, and eventually nitrosamines, potential cancer-linked compounds. Oxalates can contribute to kidney stones, especially in those already prone to them. Third, texture and nutrients. Canning spinach subjects it to high heat, which breaks down vitamin C and other delicate antioxidants. What's left is a mushy product with fewer nutrients and more additives to hold color and flavor. And of course, like other lancid vegetables, canned spinach carries a botulism risk if improperly sealed, a rare but real concern. If you want greens, go for fresh or frozen. They retain more vitamins and far less sodium. Plus, they taste infinitely better. Number 1. The worst canned food for seniors. Canned meat stews. When it comes to canned foods, meat stews often appear hearty, filling, and nutritious. The picture on the label might show tender beef, vibrant vegetables, and a rich, savory broth. But what's inside is often far from that image, and can be downright harmful for seniors. Why are canned meat stews so risky? 1. Extreme sodium levels. A single cup can contain 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams of sodium, nearly the entire recommended daily limit. High sodium intake can spike blood pressure, increase the risk of stroke or heart failure, worsen kidney disease. For people over 60, where hypertension and cardiovascular risks are already elevated, this is a serious concern. 2. Hidden saturated fats and trans fats. Stews often use fatty cuts of meat and hydrogenated oils to maintain texture. These fats are linked to increased LDL cholesterol, arterial plaque buildup, higher risk of heart attack. Some brands even include mechanically separated meats, a highly processed low-quality filler. 3. Chemical additives and preservatives. You'll often find monosodium glutamate, MSG, sodium phosphates, and artificial thickeners in canned stews. These additives may trigger headaches, digestive upset, or even cognitive effects in sensitive individuals. 4. Botulism risk. Low-acid foods like meat stew are the highest-risk canned items for botulinum toxin contamination. Improper processing or damage to the can could lead to one of the most dangerous foodborne illnesses known to man. Even a tiny amount can be fatal. For these reasons, canned meat stews earn the top spot. Safe option number 1. Canned beans. Low sodium, BPA-free. Beans are a nutritional powerhouse, high in fiber, plant protein, and essential minerals like magnesium and potassium. When chosen wisely, canned beans can be a convenient and safe addition to your meals. Why are beans different? They are naturally high in fiber, which supports digestive health and helps regulate blood sugar. They provide plant-based protein, which is easier on aging kidneys and arteries than fatty cuts of meat. They have a low glycemic index, which helps prevent blood sugar spikes, a major plus for people managing diabetes or prediabetes. But there are rules. Choose low-sodium or no-salted versions. Regular canned beans can contain up to 500 milligrams of sodium per half cup. Low-sodium versions cut this dramatically. 2. Rinse before eating. Studies show rinsing canned beans can reduce sodium by up to 40%. 3. Pick BPA-free cans. Look for brands labeled BPA-free to avoid chemical leaching. Types to include chickpeas, great for salads or hummus. Black beans, perfect in soups and bowls. Lentils, excellent for stews or quick vegetarian meals. Health benefits for seniors. Promote heart health. Support steady energy levels. Help maintain a healthy weight. Safe option number 2. Canned tomatoes. No added salt or sugar. While many canned foods can be harmful, Canned tomatoes are a surprising exception, provided you choose the right type. Tomatoes are naturally rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that supports eye health, heart function, and may even reduce the risk of certain cancers. Cooking tomatoes actually boosts lycopene absorption, making canned versions a strong choice. Why are canned tomatoes a safer option? 1. High in antioxidants. 1. Lycopene and vitamin C fight free radicals, slowing down age-related cell damage. This may help lower the risk of macular degeneration and cardiovascular disease. 2. Low in fat and calories. A great option for seniors looking to maintain a healthy weight without sacrificing flavor. 3. Versatile for healthy meals. Can be used in soups, stews, sauces, or as a base for nutrient-rich dishes. Important rules for choosing safely. Look for no added salt or low sodium on the label. Regular versions may still be high in sodium. Avoid brands with added sugar, unnecessary and harmful for blood sugar control. Select BPA-free cans or glass jars to reduce chemical exposure. Label reading 101. How to choose safe canned foods when buying canned goods. Here are the key things seniors and their caregivers should check. 1. Sodium content. Ideal 140 milligrams or less per serving. Low sodium. Avoid anything with more than 400 milligrams per serving. 2. Added sugars. Should be 0 grams or as close to 0 as possible. 3. Ingredients list. Shorter is better. Watch out for hydrogenated oils, mechanically separated meat, MSG, and artificial preservatives. 4. BPA-free packaging. BPA can leach into food and disrupt hormone function. Pantry checklist. What to keep and what to toss. Keep low sodium BPA-free canned beans, no salt added canned tomatoes, canned salmon in water, not oil, rich in omega-3, south toss or avoid. Meat stews, canned sausages, or processed canned meats. High sugar canned fruits, look for those packed in water, not syrup. Cream-based soups loaded with sodium and fat,